So let's start again. So in order to build and deploy IIB application locally and to make it really easy for the developer to do it on his machine, so here a local configuration property file. In a local configuration property file, we specify the same configuration which we have configured as property variables in Octopus locally as inside this local config.property file. Here the IIB CBD workspace part is the workspace part for the CBD. That can be different, and the project workspace part is where this particular project is there, so that's again a different part. So what I mean by that is, in the source code repository you would check out to a particular location, or it would be mapped to a particular location on your local file system. So you're working off that and you're making the changes, checking it in. So that's the workspace part here. That particular workspace part is specified here for the project, and similarly for the IIB CBD, the workspace part is specified for IIB CBD as well. Mostly you as a developer will not be working on this project at all. It would be totally read-only project for them. They're not worried or changing or editing this at all, because that's the heart of continuous automated build and deployment for IIB applications. So they're not interested in that. They're interested for a particular application. So once a developer ensures that the property file is right for them, and they can start building and deploying applications to their machine. So first they build the bar. So here the command is creating a bar, and when it is creating the bar, it is doing entire clean build. So it's like workspace, clean, and then build. So it does take a bit of time because it is cleaning the entire workspace. So what it will do, as you see here, there is nothing in here now, which we saw earlier. Now we will see there should be eventually a bar file created. So let this command finish, and we should see a bar in this particular workspace part. Okay, the update is yes, it has created the bar file. Let's do a refresh. Okay, of course we will not be checking this in, it's just a developer just says okay, the bar has been created for the local machine, and then okay, just override the bar with the local properties. Let's have a look at what the bar override property file is for local. There's nothing. Let's just copy this for local, and so here, as you see, the path suffix for the URL is test service. We would like the local property bar to have the path suffix for HTTP input to be /test/service/v1. So let's just run bar override. So that bar was created. It will now override that bar. Yes, that command was successful. Let's do a refresh. Okay, a local bar file has been created. Let's have a look. So for HTTP input, the paths of XURL is now /test/service/v1. That's what we want. And deploy IIB application locally. So as you saw, there's nothing in here. Now that application has been deployed. So that's the test application. So and so forth. We can go ahead and run all these commands as well. I will just do one for now and say yes, the queue exists. Now we will delete that queue. Okay, the queue now doesn't exist. Let's just run this command, and it says run MQSA command read. No commands have syntax error. All were processed. A queue was created. Let's verify that. Display queue local. Yes, the queue now exists. So the same steps, we can run it right in the developer toolkit and have the entire application configured and deployed onto the dev box in seconds. So coming back to my presentation, so okay, we have achieved this objective to make it really easy for a developer to get that application running on his box or her box. So that's the and third, okay, so in order for these two objectives to be achieved, typically an enterprise would ensure that an application and the dependencies and artifacts are captured systematically in TFS. So by that, or any source code repository. By that I mean in a fashion where it is easily understandable and maintainable. Like you have a project and it's all resources which this project requires, and you can have NuGet configs which specify how, if this project actually depends on libraries, that can be done as well. So as this is entirely on Microsoft VM, which is not even activated, just created for this exercise, and I have used TFS, so it's the natural way of doing things was to use NuGet repository. If you had SVN, then the externals would help for libraries. There are ways how you can manage dependencies. So for this automated build and deploy to work smoothly, it's very important that the artifacts and dependencies for the projects are captured systematically in the source code repository. So that is important. So we have seen that in an example how we can achieve it, and once we have achieved that, it's very easy to achieve these two objectives. Okay, so folks, this is what I wanted to show you on how to automate and build and deploy IB applications, and it's not really that difficult to be achieved in an enterprise. We saw that in action as well. So a developer checks in, checks out, checking the source code updates to the source code repository, which would trigger a build in TFS, and which would push the package, NuGet package, to Octopus. Octopus projects will automatically be triggered on the new package update, on the package version being updated in the built-in package repository, and of course the release is created, and the release can be automated, can be automatically deployed by specifying in your life cycle for that particular environment, say, so for a particular environment like any environment local, deploy that automatically onto the box. So the release is created automatically and the release can be deployed automatically. So this is lifecycle update. So that's what we saw entirely in action. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm happy to have any comments. uh, if you guys are interested in further information, do let me know. Thank you very much.